So hello and welcome to MCCT's Actor Profiles, where we discuss our upcoming plays and interview the people involved. I'm Dan Heise, I'm the MCCT Technical Director, and Valerie C. Kilmer will be joining me shortly. She plays the character Hal in King Henry IV, Part 1 by William Shakespeare. And this is going to be playing in Waldron Hill, Buskirk Park, that's at 331 South Washington Street here in Bloomington. And performances are going to be June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at 7 p.m. and a matinee on June 5th at 2 p.m. So here's Valerie C. Kilmer. Thanks for joining us today. Val, I know that learning your lines is really important, but we got an interview to conduct here. So.
That's right. Hi, Dan. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good, good, good.
Wonderful. Hey, we would love for our audience to get to know you a little bit better. So we're going to be asking you some questions about yourself. I'll just jump right in. When did you first realize that you wanted to be an actor and be involved in theater?
I think I've been going to see theater since before memory. So wanting to be involved, certainly as a kid, just seeing actors on stage, knew I wanted to be involved at that point. The first time I really thought about being an actor as an adult or even professionally was middle school. You know, at that time when those social groups start forming, and I found myself solidly in the theater nerd group, where we all kind of envisioned ourselves as future actors, and that was the time when I felt, yep, that could be a career.
Well, was there a first acting experience that really made you love it? And could you tell us a little bit about that?
I would have to say that might have been when I was cast in middle school as the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz. That role allowed me a few opportunities to make choices of when I might break out and interact with the audience. And that audience actor interaction was really what got me hooked.
Oh, wow. Great. And how did you get involved with Monroe County Civic Theater?
Dan, it was so easy to get involved. I think I even started, I did this before I even moved to Bloomington. I was researching what theaters there were in Bloomington, and I signed up to be on MCCT's email list so I could be notified when there would be an audition. And once I got that email, that was, I think, in March that I received that email, end of March. That there would be auditions for outdoor Shakespeare, which was something I knew I wanted to be involved in. I jumped right on it, I auditioned, and here we are.
Great. So tell us a little bit about the character of Hal. How would you describe Hal? Tell us a little bit about his background and his personality.
So Hal is King Henry IV's son. So he's a prince, but he's not just any prince. He's a young prince, and this defines him a little bit because he's kind of that picture of youth where he's exploring, he's questioning, and he's got a little sprinkle of rebelliousness that plays a key role in the arc of this show. So he's I find very relatable for a lot of audience members, very likely, in that he's witty, he's intellectual, he's very thoughtful, and he's not about to just step into something without thinking it through. So we see a lot of his thoughts going into his various actions throughout the show.
Do you see yourself in the character? What traits about you come through in this character? How, what touch points do you relate to Hal?
I think I would be flattering myself if I said I was like Hal. I think he's rather likable. I think the part of him that makes him open-minded, that makes him a bit of a questioner, a bit of an analyzer, that's definitely a part that I relate to. Though I wish I were as playful and joking as he is.
So how do you go about understanding a character like Hal's point of view? What tools or techniques do you use to get into his skin and into his head?
I think there are a couple. Of course, historical context is always going to help you out when it comes to Shakespeare. Help you know why you may be saying certain things, or a character may be behaving a certain way. Though with Hal, primarily I've found myself focusing on the relationships that he has. He has a sort of fraught relationship with his father, who's the king, and the expectations that his father has on him, and Hal's resistance to easily follow those expectations. And he has a very strong relationship with his best friend and another sort of father figure, Falstaff, who's this clowning thief of a man, that he's able to express his wit, his rebelliousness, with this other strong relationship. So playing those relationships has been a big part of tapping into who Hal is.
Oh, that's great. In this age of COVID and social distancing, what's been the hardest part of this production and doing theater in general?
I would say we're very lucky for this production that we get to do this outside. We get a little safety there, a little comfort there, that we're easing back into theater, starting outdoors, where we know we can be a little more safe, have a little more airflow in the time of COVID. There have been rehearsals that we have had to be indoors due to rain or weather, where we do wear masks, and that can, present a challenge, whether it's, hearing each other or projection wise, things like that. But in general, we've been very lucky in this show. I think for theater in general, one of the biggest things I've struggled with is seeing that a lot of auditions now are virtual. They're online, or you send in a tape. And that takes away a bit of the experience for me. I really like being in the audition room and meeting the people I might be working with. So I think that may be more where theater goes in the future, is just you submit a video to be working in theater. But I will definitely miss being in the audition room.
Yeah, absolutely. So this particular production, this particular play, what are some of your favorite, moments or aspects about the play and the production, the actual, putting on of the show?
This is my first one of Shakespeare's history plays. So getting to know that there's a lot of that's very rich in character, in humor, in all the same language play that we love from other Shakespeare plays, it's still in here. I have found that very enjoyable. Also, there will be sword fighting. And Dan, you have been just absolutely instrumental in teaching the actors. This is my first time doing any stage combat, so I've really enjoyed getting to learn a new skill and kind of put that into play with this show. That should be fun to watch.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, there are a lot of first-time fighters in the show, and they're all doing such a great job, and it's so much fun to watch all that come together. That's probably my favorite aspect of the production too. So I'm an audience member. I've got all kinds of things that I can do that weekend. Why should I come see this show?
First and foremost, I'm coming out of COVID, or at least hopefully on the tail end of things. These are your community members that are putting on this show, that have put in a lot of hours to create something to share with the community. So use it as a way to reintroduce yourself to Bloomington and get to know Bloomington in a different way. Also, it's free, so why not? If you found yourself thinking, I want to go on a picnic this summer, well, great. Come on down to the park and just have some Shakespeare going on. That works too. Will be a very easy event to attend, no pressure.
Right. So what does Valerie C. Kilmer do when you're not rehearsing and memorizing plays?
Well, you can find me learning Chinese. I enjoy learning new languages. I also like teaching myself about health and wellness, how to prevent, arrest, and reverse chronic diseases. And also you can find me spending time with my little dog. He's got a rare heart condition, so I cherish the time that I've got with him. Yeah.
What kind of dog?
He's a Chihuahua.
All right, very loyal, very, very wonderful dogs. Okay, so Val will be starring in one of the principal actors, and she's going to give a heck of a performance. I know, because I've watched it come together. Do come out to the Buskirk Hill, the Buskirk and Waldron Hill Park. That's behind the police station on 3rd Street, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be there. Val, tell us what days is it? June
2nd through the 4th, we'll be there at 7 p.m. And then on the 5th, that Sunday, we'll be there at 2 p.m. Once again, it's free.
Right. Bring lawn chairs, so that you'll be comfortable. There will be, there's going to be a restroom, so don't worry about that. And we'll be providing things like fans and stuff. So Val, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing you shine and sling some steel. And thanks so much for joining us here on Actors Profiles.
Thank you, Dan. This was great.